happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a very long time since I've seen you all. Hope you're all good. Today's video, just gonna run through a push session, tell you where I've been missing. I've been missing in action for a while. Obviously, as a lot of you know, or can probably tell, or people that follow me on Instagram, you know that we're not doing the shows this year. The second show would actually be the Saturday coming. But what I'll do is I'll explain what happened as we go through the session. So yeah, we've got push today, delts, chest, and a bit of arms. Oh, fuck. Oh, my delts are pumped. Right, what's been happening last 4 weeks? I'll keep it short and sweet. Prepped for 18 weeks, lost 26.5 kilos, which is about 4 stone. Down from 110 to like 85-ish, 84.5. 4 weeks out, or 3 weeks out from the first show, I got very ill, had like gastroenteritis, or whatever you want to call it, sharp pain in the stomach, throwing up for 3 days, coming out the other end for another 3 days, in bed for about 6 days in total, didn't feel right for about 2 weeks. I've literally just recovered probably about 5 days ago, feeling normal again. So unfortunately, like, that took us up until like 2 weeks out from the first show. It's not feasible. We couldn't have pulled it back. My immune system was in the trash from the prep because of all the cardio and the low food for a long time. But that's because I had a lot of body fat to take off. It's all lessons learned. Like, I'm going to be open and honest on the YouTube, like, and I think it's best to be like that. It always has been. You know, there's nothing wrong with telling people your true emotions, even if they are a bit soft, you know, as a man. But I was quite down about it, but then I quickly turned it around. But obviously we had this last year, didn't get to compete last year. I was ill also 2 or 3 weeks out. Same thing again this year. I've done all this prep for nothing, but really when I think about it, it's not for nothing, because as I said, there is lessons learned when we go into the next prep. I am in no rush. What I've decided over this last 2 weeks after being ill, health comes first. Without health, you can't do anything. I want the first time to be special. I've always said that. You get some other people with the mindset of, oh, just get the first show under your belt, do this, do that. Stop putting pressure on yourself. Fuck that. That pressure that was there to do outstanding, I want that. I don't just want to be average. So in that case, I will run with whatever the fuck I want to do. I will compete whenever I want. I don't know when that's going to be. I have an image in my mind. Callum laid out the new plan of action, and I've said to him, I don't think we're going to run with that. I think we're going to do something else. So obviously this YouTube series is going to continue on. But as I understand it, I believe we're going into off-season. But we'll talk about that more in a little bit. Oh, it's hard at the bottom, that. Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck. So as I was saying earlier, there's like 2 schools of thought between like myself and just other people that you see on Instagram and my friends, family. I like I said, I don't want to rush to shows. You know, Cal wanted me to do March and then April, the pro qualifier in April. So do the first timers in March, then try the Ben Weider pro qualifier because they're 2 weeks apart, which would mean we start prep in December. I don't think I'm mentally ready to start another prep after pushing so aggressively before. I want to get my health straight. I want another off season. But then Callum's going to me, you don't need another off season. You don't need any more tissue to do well at an amateur show or to win an amateur show. You've got the size there. It's like, no, but he knows, right? He's the boss. But I would feel more confident in myself with another off season behind me with more tissue and a leaner starting point for prep. I wouldn't get up to 110 again. The only reason I got up to 110 last time is because I was eating 6,000 calories a day and I had a knee injury that prevented me from doing cardio or steps for 3 months. Prior to the injury, I was eating 5,500, 6,000 calories a day and maintaining around 103. And I maintained that weight for a good month on that amount of calories and 20 minutes cardio. So it can be done with the food massively high. It's just my expenditure in terms of steps and cardio needs to remain in off season. We will do that this time round. And I'd like to stay under 100 or 102. Then I've only got to take off 16, 17 kilos as opposed to 30 kilos, because I took off 26 last time and I still had another 3 or 4 kilos to go till I was peeled before the illness. So in my mind, I'm thinking September, yeah, it's a long time away, it's a year away, but I've got more on my mind at the moment. I've got a lot going on in my life in terms of family. I've got a lot going on in my life in terms of wanting to build my business. Yes, I've always said that my business will massively blow up when I win a show, but that's not the be all and end all, because look what I've done since the lockdown until now. And I've built a business from scratch, which I'm pretty happy with, and I want to continue to do that, and I can continue to build that even without the show. The show can be put on hold for 1 year. As I said, I don't really want to do March or April. I would feel like I haven't got much time to build tissue for like from this time of this video being filmed, I would have 8 to 10 weeks before prep starts in December the 1st. That's not long enough to build any size. Not at all. It's not long enough to push your food really high, and it would just be too much of a rush again for me. And I don't like rushing. I want to take my time. So yes, I understand the school of thought of people are saying, stop putting it off, just do it, get it out of the way, you'll still do well. I'm not here to do well. I'm here to look fucking outstanding on my first time. I'm not here to prove anyone wrong. I'm just here to make myself happy, and I believe that the September is the best decision to make. So until then, let's get fucking massive. It's nice to have the strength coming back now. Got the fullness coming back. It feels so good to actually get a pump. That back end of that prep was so aggressive, just lost everything. So, you know, the plan next time round is to stay leaner. So when you start prep, say in May, the starting point is say 98 to 100 kilos. Right, the weight cap's 83. We've only got 2 stone to lose instead of 4.5. But we're still going to get bigger in that time as well and still push food and build a lot of tissue. So yeah, we've got like 6-7 months of growing. It's just nice to feel full again. It's nice to be back to being me. Carl said on a call, your next prep, not that I'm looking for it to be easy, I'm not looking for easy route out. He said to me on a call, the following preps that you have, they won't be nowhere near as hard as the one you've just done because of the amount of cardio I was doing and how the food got so low. If we start at a leaner point, we won't have to be as aggressive. And I believe because we was aggressive, that's why I got ill, partly. I'm not looking for the easy route out, but we just need a smoother landing into prep, into the first show. So, yeah, but in that time, it's time to get big now. Feeling good, got a lot of food in me. And we'll go from there. Oh, mate, it feels so good. When you get carbs in you, the pump is just so much better. Oh, that's good. Go heavier than that. So, in a future video, I'm going to run through my new training split as well. So I've been given a new plan by the boss. It's a little bit different to the last one. Just working on bringing up my weak areas really. And that's why I want the off season. You know, he's given me a new training program. We wouldn't be able to progress that within 8 to 10 weeks. It's not a long time. You know, people think like building tissue happens faster than it does. You know, even if you run a 12, 16 week cycle, test, trend, primo, you can't get that big in a short amount of time. An off season, ideally, the one that we're gonna have, is really going to last from when this reverse finishes. Let's say that's November, because we need to reverse carefully. From November to May, November, December, January, February, March, April. 6 months. That's the kind of time frame you're looking at to build some good tissue. And within that time frame, we'll likely have 2 cycles in there. And I've not had an off season where I've been on cycle. Because last year we didn't do, I was in a cruise. So it will be nice to push food as really, really high whilst being on. Then we'll probably take some time off like April, May, then jump back on cycle when prep starts. This is just what I'm envisaging in my head. Cal probably got the hump with me because I'm not doing March or April, but sorry, Cal. Oh. Oh. Big arm pump, feels good. Right, probably going to wrap that there. So just to recap, I'm not 100% certain on what I'm going to do, but I think that I want to compete in September, which means starting prep in May. So I hope you all will still join along on the journey. We will continue the They Will Know prep series, because eventually they will know 100%, but I don't want to promise anything because I don't know that I'm not going to get ill again next prep. I want a lot less. I enjoy the pressure of bringing something special, but I don't want the pressure of having to do something if I don't want to do it. So I'm just going to take my time with it. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to enjoy a massive off season, stay lean, eat a lot of food, get fucking huge, get strong, get back to being me, and then we will try and go again next year. If people think it's too long, then don't follow the journey. But, you know, I'm going to be following the journey because I'm me and I've got to do it. And all I know is if I'm in a happier place, then I will be more likely to adhere to everything. The main part of coming out of this last prep, there was a period of 2 weeks I couldn't even be asked to come to the gym. I've lacked motivation, and that's because of an aggressive prep. So I feel like I've got over it quite quickly, so I've been back in the gym about 2 weeks now after the illness. It's probably the illness that threw me as well, and recovering from that. It was a lot of things. You know, I've got a lot of stuff going on. But I am also grateful and blessed to be in the position I'm in. You know, I've got my health back. I've got Cal behind me, still coaching me. I've got Andy behind me, still videoing all the YouTube stuff. And we're just going to go from there. So it looks like September, probably be a regional, and then the Arnold's after that. I'll be 27 years old in January, so it looks like I'll be competing when I'm 27 at the back end of the year. And yeah, we'll go from there. So thanks for joining. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, comment underneath. And as I said, we will be continuing this series. Probably likely to be an off-season series now, still called They Will Know. So yeah, I'll catch you in the next video.